Okay, so I'm going to start with my worksheet here, and I've got 1/4 of an inch boxes. So I have 4 of them. That would equal an inch. So these are 2 by 2 inch squares. Okay, these are something that you will experiment in, and what I'm going to have you do is divide these in half. And so I'm going to just line up my ruler all the way down, and I'm going to draw my line. And you can see this Sharpie line a lot better than you can see the rest of them. And it kind of helps with your eyes to differentiate between the grid and then this bigger set of boxes that we have. Okay, so we're dividing these into quarters. All the way down, and this is to experiment on. That's basically what brainstorming is. Okay, you're going to ask yourself lots of what if questions. Okay, what would this look like if I did something, and you try something new every time. Okay, you need to do all 9 boxes. You can't just do the first one. Okay, I would have lots of people that would only draw one thing, and they would never come up with anything cooler than that. Okay, so push yourself to do that. And so what we're going to do is we are just concerned with one of these boxes. So this is 1 inch by 1 inch. We are making a rolling pin. Okay, and so what's nice about this is a continuous pattern that goes all the way around. Okay, and I can take this roller and I can roll it into clay, and I can have it imprint a design in here. And you can see, like this mug that I made, it continuously goes all the way around it. Okay, and so you can do this over and over and get the same pattern, which is really nice. So I'm just going to work on one part. If you look here, I have like these central pieces, and I think a radial design really works well with this continuous pattern. And so I'm going to draw some lines and connect some points and kind of experiment on this. This is very simple, where I could say I want to make a little triangle in this box. Okay, I want to make let's do one this way. Okay, so I'm just working in this box. I'm going to do the same thing over here. Okay, so I have 2 triangles, or 2 big ones and a little one, and then I'm going to make a design that goes from here to kind of fill up some of this space, and I'm connecting these dots, right? So that's why we have this grid, is so it makes it easy for you to connect things and to draw things. And so same thing, like you can see how easy that is to connect. A ruler will make you more precise, okay, and make your design look better, but I would just fill this in. I just kind of scribble it so I can like mentally see what this is going to look like. Okay, and so this is one box, and then you can use this and reflect it over, okay, and make something that is symmetrical. So I'm flipping this over. Instead of going up, this one's going down, right? And so I'm going to put my design into this box. Okay. Same thing, fill those in so you can see what this would look like. And I would use a ruler on this because it's very possible that you would draw something to the wrong point, and so then you can erase it. Okay, so that could be one type of design that I have. This one got flipped over and then flipped down. Okay, and so this is symmetrical and it has that central point. Now you could do something that's like radial, and I guess I already, what if you did a box here, and then I'm gonna do some sections on this, where I'm going to go from corner to corner, fill in a section here, do the same thing on this opposite side, fill in this section, and then I'm going to, I don't want to go all the way to this part, but I could fill in maybe these and then draw some lines this way. Okay, so think about taking this piece and then rotating it over. Okay, and so then you would end up with a square over here, and then the same kind of thing where you would have one this direction. Okay, so that piece, I like drawing things, if it's me, like drawing one piece at a time on all of it so I can kind of see what's happening and see if I like something or if I don't like something. But again, this doesn't have to be real pretty when you fill this in because we just want to see what it looks like. Okay, and then same thing here, where these would go across. Okay, so you can see how this works. I think it's best to have some type of central point because of what we're making with this rolling pin. And remember that the rolling pin is something that if you don't do a good job on this, your project isn't going to look good. And so you really don't want to just, you know, throw something together, because you want these to look nice so your project in turn, right, will look nice. Okay, so you really have to like focus and realize that there is an end point with this. Okay, so to continue to do that, some things that you want to avoid. I'll have kids who want to do like a checkerboard. Okay, so if you do this and you do 1/4 of an inch, that's what these are, you are coloring half of your worksheet. Okay, and then you will have all of these boxes to cut out. Okay, so this is too little. Okay, you could do some of these this way. So like if you wanted to do a design where you had a box here, that's okay, because then it goes into and makes a box over here, right? So that's fine. If you wanted to have like a little bit, you could have some that are single boxes like this, but it would be a good idea to, I mean, either I could make this corner like look like this, okay, and I would get some boxes that would be like hollow, okay, but you want to have these connect, because if you have too many little pieces, you are going to go bananas. Like, it will be not fun, because your worksheet will eventually look like this, okay, because this piece is going to be used to wrap around the rolling pin, and this fits all the way around, okay? So it's important that you pick a design that's going to, not that it's super easy, but it's something that has bigger pieces than just the 1/4 of an inch piece. So I think it's missing some. I'm going to fill in these. Okay, so that could be something that you do. You would get like these like boxes over here, right? As it would go, you would get boxes that way. And so it's kind of neat to see what does it look like when you multiply it, okay? Because multiplying it usually makes things much cooler than what they started at, okay? So definitely ask yourself questions on what if. Maybe you think you like this one, okay? And I'm gonna start, oops, pencil. I'm gonna go ahead and start the same way here. But I'm going to do the opposite. I'm not going to keep this, and then I'm going to say, maybe I want to do something that goes out from the center, that I could leave myself a gap and make pieces that point like this. Okay, that's something that you could do. And this one's not as important for measurement, and I'm going fast for demonstration purposes, so you don't have to watch me measure everything precisely. So I could fill those in. Same thing, fill this in. Fill this in. And then I feel like it's still, I mean, it's got a lot of like empty space around the edge. And so I'm going to go ahead and do these pieces here because I feel like that'll be a cool shape, right, on the edge as these like match together. Okay, so this is a very simple way. Everybody can be successful with this if they try. Okay, so I tend to like the ones that have like an equal amount of positive and negative space. And so this, at least with the way we're doing it, the dark parts are going to be the foam. And so these pieces are going to be positive. These pieces will be the negative, okay, where there isn't actually a shape, it's the outline of a shape, right? So that's the way that I view it so that you know, and you can kind of do the same thing here, okay? Now, I do want you to push yourself. I do have kids who decide, I'm going to just try and make this and finish this as quickly as possible, okay? And I'm not even going to try and make any cool shapes, okay? I'm going to make a rectangle, okay? And they fill this in, okay? And then every box is the same, right? So this is what they give me, okay? They want big lines all the way down their paper, okay? And this is something I will say, go back and see if you can make that look nicer, right? Can you do anything else to that? Because this is not something at a high school level, okay? You can do something way better than this, but you have to push yourself, okay? We'll fill all these up, and so really, as you look at things, these are different ones. I've done all kinds of stuff all day. I mean, really look how different this one looks, because I started with like this pattern, okay, and then I put it in here, but I rotated this one instead. I still have like this central like point to it, but it'll be interesting to see what does that look like, okay, as you put this on a bigger worksheet, okay. So now what we're gonna do is, this is a 6 by 8 inch piece, and so we're gonna make hash marks for every 4. Okay, so 4, 4, 4, go all the way around, and this is gonna make it where you can see these better. If you make it in the wrong place, just move it. But all these lines can kind of get you confused on where you're at. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and connect my points, and then we're going to talk about where this goes. I'm starting to kill this Sharpie. Okay, so all of these, I'll go ahead and do the same thing here. And again, it's nice the Sharpie doesn't erase, and you can see better on where you're at. So I think this is a good trick, and really this isn't going to show up later, so it's not hurting you in any way. Okay, so last one. So what you are doing, let's see if you are going to make sure that if you look at it, we have, like I talked about here, these are 1 inch boxes. So this together is 2 by 2, right? 2 by 2. So on here, same thing, 2 by 2. And so if you look at it, you are putting this design, if this is what you pick, in this box, in this box, and in this box. Does that make sense? Like you're multiplying it. Same thing here. You're putting this design in this box, this box, this box, all the way down. So you're going to have 3 by 4, which will fit around that rolling pin. And everybody's going to get a blank one and then you will turn that into this.